I used to be the type of person that would give my time to anyone. I was like, I am such a good listener. Anyone can come and talk to me about their life. One time I gave someone 30 minutes to tell me about something that I'm not interested in, and I did not even get a word in. I used to feel like I needed to respond to texts immediately. I needed to show up and say yes. Basically, I had no boundaries and I was a people pleaser. And then I'd come home and think to myself, like, why am I so exhausted? I'd be upset with myself because I did not make time for myself. That shifted when I did these two things that I'm going to share with you today. Hi everyone, welcome back to a new episode of the Your Next Level podcast. I'm so happy to have you. Let's dive into this week's podcast episode, how to make time for everything. Okay, so the two major things that I did. The first thing was I audited my day. Okay, this is how are you spending every waking moment. And what I did was for a few days, I wrote down every single thing that I did for that day. How much time I gave to my morning routine, how much time I gave to lunch, when I was reading, when I was giving people time, how much time I was giving to conversations. And doing this is, yes, it does sound tedious, but it really allowed me to identify where I was giving energy to, where I was giving too much time to, and where I should be giving more time to. The second thing I did was I calculated my rate per hour. When you do this, you will never waste your time again. If you have a job, you can easily find out your rate per hour on your payslip, or you can just ask them. I promise you, when you realize what you cost per hour and then you still add tax onto it because of your value, because of what you know that you are worth, you will never allow people to waste your time again. You will never allow someone to talk for 30 minutes about things that you are not interested in. You will never allow yourself to have conversations with people that you would not usually show interest in. You would not allow yourself to hang out with people that are not adding value to your life. So I'm going to share with you the key things that makes me successful in getting everything done, in being productive, in making time for myself, making time for family, and still having quiet time. So let's get into it. Okay, the first thing is that on Sunday, I plan out my entire week. So I will sit with my laptop, I'll look at my calendar, and then I'll sit with my journal as well, whether it is a physical journal or whether it is my online planner. So right now I'm using an online planner. I'm using Notion, where I plan out every single meeting that I have for that week and all the tasks that I need to get done. I'll leave my Notion planner for you to download for free in the show notes below. So I look at my calendar and I plan out every single day, and with my tasks I will schedule every task into my calendar as well. The second thing I do is that my day is broken down into three components. So I have my morning, which is my morning routine that takes about 1.5 to 2 hours. I like a slow morning routine, so I will rather wake up extra early so that I can have time to journal, to meditate, to feed my pets, to read, to just sit in silence. Then I have my work time. So my work time, obviously I do work, I socialize, I talk to people, I have meetings, and that time is solely focused on my work time. And then I have my evening. In my evening, I don't like to do work. In my evening, I would relax. I would watch some series, I would learn some personal development, but my evening is really focused on me. It's focused on going internally. I don't often like to do work things or even social related things in the evenings, especially during the week. So my morning is about 6 to 8, do morning routine things. Then my work is about 8 to 5, and then I do my Your Next Level work about 5 to 6:30 p.m. And then my evening, like I said, it's 6:30 onwards, going for walks, relaxing, spending time with my partner. One of the key components that I do every morning is I set my intentions for the day. So in my journaling, I am not just journaling my thoughts. Of course, that is so important. It is so key, and I'll get to that. But one of the important things that I do in the morning is I set my intention. How do I want this day to go? So I'm not just going with the flow and letting life decide for me. There is time for that, and I definitely do that, but I set an intention every single morning. How do I want this day to go, and what do I want out of the day? So I will journal and write out, I am so happy and grateful for this day. I did this, I did that, I went for a walk, I was so productive, I got this project done, I spoke to this person, etc. So I'm mapping out mentally already in the morning exactly how I want the day to go and how I want to feel. Very important. Then, like I said, I use my Notion planner to plan out my tasks. Okay, so when I'm done with my morning routine, when I get to work, I look at my Notion planner. Okay, what did I set for the week? And I look at, okay, what's happening today and what are the tasks that I scheduled in? Is there anything else that I need to schedule in for the day? My Notion planner is like, it's so important to me. Sometimes I do switch to physical book, but I always go back to this planner. Everything lives there. I can track, I can see the day before what I have gotten done as well. The important thing is when you do have tasks, I'll talk to you about how to break down those tasks, but you have to schedule everything in your calendar. That's the way I get things done. If I don't schedule it into my calendar, then it's so easy to forget about it. But I love getting a reminder to say you allocated 30 minutes to do this task. The next thing, I also list out my habits to track for the week, and that I also do on the Notion planner. So my habits would be walking, it would be hydrating, meditating, reading. Those are my habits, and then I'll tick them off every single day. The next thing is habit stacking. It's so important to me. So what I mean by this is like not doing like several things at once. It's doing things that can easily flow into one another. So for example, when I go to work, I will listen to a motivational podcast on my way to work. And what this means is that by the time I get to work, I feel so motivated. I feel so kick-ass to get shit done, to be productive. Additionally, when I go on my walk, I will listen to a affirmations podcast. I will do things that will cool me down. I'll have a call. It's things that I can easily stack on each other. That's not going to make me feel overwhelmed. Okay, then let's talk about the to-do list. Okay, so we all love to-do lists. So how I set up my to-do list every single day. Okay, in my Notion, all my tasks are listed, right? Then I take that and then I will split it into what of the tasks that I need to do is going to move the business forward. These are like the non-negotiable. These are the top rated tasks. Okay, that's the first thing. The second component, which tasks are admin tasks? These are tasks that I've been putting off because it's so tedious. And the third one is, what are the tasks that I can delegate to others? Because often what we would do is the tasks that move the business forward, the needle moving tasks, are usually the bigger ones. It takes a lot of brain power, a lot of effort, and we leave these ones for later. And the admin and the smaller things that we can delegate takes up so little time. So we would usually like do those things and to make us feel productive. But is it moving the business forward? No. So it's very key to focus on, to split your day into what is moving the business forward. Those are the tasks that you need to focus on. Then what is admin? You need to do this. It's part of your job, I guess. So it's part of your life. And then the things that you can delegate, the small things, please delegate it. Okay, then what I do is I identify my 3 non-negotiables that I need to get done every single day. So no matter what are those 3 things that I needed to get done today? So maybe it is one thing that moves the business forward. It is an admin task or 2 admin tasks that are also big. Okay, you need to identify without a doubt, these are the things that you need to get done today. The next thing I do, which has been such a game changer for me last year, is I also schedule and accept meetings very strategically. Okay, if I'm having a one-to-one chat with someone, it is 15 minutes. General meetings are about 30 minutes and strategy are 45 minutes plus. So I'm only giving 45 minutes or more than that to strategy sessions because this needs a lot of brain power. It's a lot of executives in the room. Everything else can be discussed very quickly. So my team and I have a 45-minute meeting every single week. We discuss what our weekends are because you need, some time for that social interaction. And then 5 people shares what's coming up for them that week, what they need from us, what tasks are holding them back, what advice do they need. And oftentimes we do that in like 30 minutes. You need to keep things tight. Like if you know what your rate is per hour, you will keep things tight. There is time to chit chat, etc., but maybe by the water cooler. Okay, again, habit stacking, going to get some water and chatting to someone makes perfect sense. Okay, additionally, when someone else schedules or asks to, I often get this in my role, someone will message me and say, hey, will you let me know when you have time to chat? Or hey, can I schedule a meeting with you? I am always asking, what is this meeting about? Do I need to prep for anything? Oftentimes when people ask like, can I chat? They'll take 30 minutes like in a online chat with you, like on a Teams or video video meeting, but it could have taken 5 minutes just on chat. Okay, because some people really love to talk, and that is great, but when you know your rate per hour, you know that there is time for everything. I'm sure there is like a work social, and there I will talk to you about socializing things. On our way walking to a next meeting, there we can catch up. So asking like, what is the purpose of this conversation, and having an agenda is just so important. Okay, the next thing is where I do my work. Okay, where I do my work, where I get things done, where I relax, those are all such important things. Okay, for example, I need to understand, where do I get my best work done? Do I get my best work done here in my house? No, I don't. So what I do is, on my work from home days, I go to the co-working space. That's where I get a lot of things done. Do I get a lot of work done in my in-office days? No, because there I have a lot of face-to-face meetings. So I know the key tasks, the things that are going to move the business forward, those are the tasks I need to do at the co-working space, because it's quiet there. Everyone is there for a single reason. So everything is more intentional, I would say. Be intentional about it. Even like romanticizing my life is just, it's so important for me. Like, this is the part that makes it feel like I'm not pushing, like I'm not just working all the time. So during my work days, especially my work from home days, I would take lunch, and then I would go to a restaurant. I will sit at a restaurant and I'll have my lunch there. Even if I'm getting some work done, or I am just like doing my vision board or watching a masterclass. This is me romanticizing my life. Some days, on like the more hotter days, I would go for a walk. I would take my cat for a walk. These are the ways that I would romanticize my life, to make me feel like I am, you know, that girl working at a coffee shop, going for a walk during the day on a summer day. Like I said, everything is intentional. When I go on my walks, do I need quiet time on my walk? Do I need to listen to a podcast, or do I need to chat with someone? So I am very flexible with myself. I'm very flexible with my morning routines as well. It has like, it's set for those time frames, which is so important, because you need that routine. Someone that's life is just chaotic, like there's no time allocation to anything. Like, do you ever get things done? I've really noticed that successful people have like habits that are locked in, but someone like me is like, I love flexibility. I don't love for my day to be the same every day. So I will add something in to make it different. I'll add something in to make it like today, for example, in my journal, there was a question, what would make today like really cool? And I was like, oh, if I could work at a hotel. So what I'm planning on doing is going to a hotel during lunch and doing my work there. That is something out of the ordinary. It's making me feel like my days are not that mundane. I highly encourage you to do that. Like, if you are that type of person that doesn't love like a super rigid structure like I do, and like want to add a bit more flavor into it, you can go and work at a coffee shop, at a hotel. I mean, like, take your lunch breaks. What activities can you do? From my house, Strawberry Farm is 15 minutes away. I'm like, why am I not going to pick strawberries on my lunch? There's a cheetah sanctuary another 15 minutes away. Why am I not going to this cheetah sanctuary during lunch? One of the key things of what I do as well, which is so important, is brain dumping. Okay, so this is when you are journaling everything that is on your mind. So I am always carrying my journal with me. This is like, you know, my work journal. This is my personal journal. And whenever there is like, I feel like there are a lot of things on my mind, or I feel like I need to process things, this is like where I just pull out my journal. So I'll always have a journal with me. I'll have my journal when I'm going to work. I'll have it when I am going to bed, etc. I do not want like the things that are in my mind fill me so much that I cannot focus. So it's so important for me to just get it out, just write it out. And I promise you, like, if you have journaled before, you would know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, like, journaling and brain dumping, just like dumping out everything that is in your mind, helps you process so much. It is a game changer. It is literally free therapy. And the thing is that, you know, like, more than anyone, you know how to navigate things internally. And the way you listen to that internal component of yourself is through journaling. So I hope this episode is helpful to you. If it was, please share it with someone that you think it may help as well. This is how I get everything done. This is how I'm able to watch Netflix in the evening, spend time with my family. I feel like I have a very balanced life, but that is because I dedicate time to specific specific things, and I make sure that I give my all in that time. My morning routine, I'm only focusing on my morning routine. I'm not on social media. My work time, I'm only focusing on work and being my best self during work. My evening time, I'm switching off from social media. I'm deleting my Instagram at 8 p.m. even though I have to download it the next morning. That is okay. I'm not doing work. I'm not taking any interviews in the evening because this is my time to relax. And when I'm relaxing, I'm properly relaxing. Don't get me wrong, there are times that the routine is mixed up. It is normal. Like, we need to shift. We have different seasons, but not forgetting the key components to ensure that we get everything done. So I would suggest you try out to understand where are you giving your time to, especially if you feel like your energy, like you don't have energy at the end of the day. What are the things and the people you're giving time to? How much time are you giving to those things? You'll be so surprised. And then what is your rate per hour? Understand what you are worth, and you will stop allowing people to waste your time or wasting your own time. Thank you so much for listening to this week's podcast episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know by sending me a heart on Instagram or any platform. Thank you so much. Bye.